Get things going. Previous session, when the glitch squad did a little bit more traveling, sending the castle Yaru over towards the gate town of Vania. On their way there, Eli was able to upgrade his rifle with the lenses he found in the inverse hideout, so that he can now lower his sharpshooting to a -4 instead of 5. You stumbled upon a caravan of goblin merchants that was named Five-Legged Emporium. Run by Squib the Goblin, it is a roaming marketplace, having multiple trading posts and carts that house different types of goods. This one had a general trader, an armorer, a weaponsmith, and an alchemist. You bought some stuff there, but most importantly, you all got soup for that matched the hats of the little mini hats of goblins.
I'd say the most important was the family tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah, you all do have tattoos. I forgot about that. So you got the tats that are feign death tats.
Was it one-time use?
Yep.
Okay.
Continuing onwards.
Friendship therein is not.
You arrived at the gate town of Sylvania, and as the castle descends and lands on the ground, sits onto the ground, lowers itself, you are already hearing the sounds of partying and festivities emanating from the neon woods around the outside of the
Neon's wood.
Nice.
Let's go.
The gate town and the surrounding fort filled with partying. Location activities where gods, the representative of gods, and other party all the time. And you enter in and find yourselves enthralled and enwrapped, garlands of flowers put around all your necks, party atmosphere itself. You're invited to go and see Prince Bombo's birthday, and find out that Prince Bombo is a fish in a top hat in a toast to Bombo and have a good old time. His full name is Prince Philonixius Bombo.
Bombo number 5, indeed.
After the Prince Bombo encounter, you are approached by a weirdly glowing orange-eyed saint who asks you all about what you're doing. Well, comes to and lets you know that can lead you can lead you gate of town, which seems to wander around as much as activities do. And if you deal with a party crasher, there is a ruckus going on from a despondent Empyrean would-be god, Kopoha, celestial child of god of storms, Talos, who is trying to crash a private event. You go and deal with, you agree to do this, and when you find in waiting them, crashing the party, at the Yearning Timbers, crashing the party of the Relafel, elf god of nature. And instead start to lead Kopoha through some of the other festivities, distracting her from crashing the event and probably improving their mood. First thing y'all did is upon a couple of dryads for holding a sing festivity. As the music swelled, Kopoha eagerly participated. However, her size was making her a menace. Smaller dancer. You all did your part, winding and weaving around, making sure that others were not in the way and that you could guide Kopoha through the door. And you were successful in having a good time and not injuring. As you rest in the woods outside of the den, Kopoha lets down her guard a little, shares some little bit of truth about her hard life, telling you all that her parents expect her to become a god one. She's still just an Empyrean, and they're always just watching her, judging her, trying to whether she's good enough for godhood. It's a lot to live up to, and how can you ever live up to the expectations of? You start to realize that Kopoha has some issues that they're. But just as the issues start to get broached, that is when she gets up and she's rested after all the dancing and says, let's go to the next party. I hear there's something great in the Pixie Grove." And she stomps off in the general direction of more music. That's where we pick up. As the party follows on her heels, hopefully, as she winds her way through the forest, music dancing around the trees, lights twinkling up in the treetops, voices jubilously singing and calling out to each other, drinks being poured, food being eaten. And you suddenly stumble upon what looks to be... You find her standing next to what looks to be a giant... Well, a fairly large goodberry.
Just standing there, menacing.
Yeah, it's like a hedge that comes up to about her chest, like a large bush that comes up to about her chest, and it seems to be like pretty big in diameter. Staring at it, and as you all approach, you can hear from inside the muffled sound of just booming music, like the bass, just coming from the middle of this goodberry bush.
Space bush.
Space bush.
Kopoha looks back to the party, looks back to the bush, and see she puts her hand into the foliage, and suddenly you watch her very quickly shrink down to the size of a halfling.
Oh, should we also do that?
"I'm going in," she says in a voice that's slightly changed, and she ducks her head down and pushes her way into the goodberry bush.
Well, we're not going to get our information to find the portal if we don't keep things safe, so
Doc is already
best
on.
keep it. All right. Okay, then.
Luna hooks an arm in Eli's and pulls him to the bush.
All right, pixie party it is.
As you get close to the bush and the leaves brush up against you, you feel your body shrink down to size. You are now all tiny. You are the size of pixies, as shrink down to the appropriate size to enter Goodberry Grove. So, enter into this. You come through the foliage, and you find yourselves in the middle of a massive party. Kopoha is still larger than everybody here. However, everybody else is the size of Pixie. Look around and you can see just the hardest party just going on right now. Music is bumping.
It's
yes.
absolutely Lil Texas.
Oh yeah. We're absolutely doing the fucking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you see a lot of interesting creatures. There's a lot of you see some dryads, you see some elves, satyrs, pixies, of course, floating around, flying around, the music bumping. You also see these strange little mouse folk.
Yeah,
I just got a little bit wider for a minute.
I
Shakes his
love
head.
it.
Is the mouth open?
Yeah. think so.
I think so too. It's hard to tell though.
That
Yeah.
is a garden gnome. And is a garden gnome.
Are those bone-handled knives?
I like the spooky blade.
Yeah, they got some blades. But the party rages on here.
Isn't that just zeal?
Maybe?
Kinda.
What are all these bubbles?
Yep.
Are these little rave bubbles
Oh
floating
yeah,
around?
they're rave bubbles. They're pulsing with the music, rising from some sort of magical bubble. And
They're LSD.
yeah. So you as you float around, you can see there is currently a singular pixie over here who is sitting in a large throne, which is basically on a chair. It's a chair in a chair. You can
Hardcore.
like their little throne is in a larger chair.
That's awesome.
But as the party goes on, you look around to see where Kapoha went. Kapoha, who is the size of a halfling now, is running around the party and is lifting, is like enjoying the fact that she's now smaller. The first thing she looks around and says is, "I wonder if I'm still as strong as I was when I was bigger." And she runs over and starts picking up stuff. So there's little tiny mushroom structures around, and like grabs one of them and lifts it above her head and starts laughing, and then goes over and finds where there's like some sort of animal, like there's like a badger that's like sitting at a table and is eating some that's placed there. She immediately runs over and hugs the badger and just lifts it above her head, and you hear the badger.
No, put that down.
Nope. Don't want to badger the badger.
Yeah, please do not badger the badger.
How we're gonna keep this safe? She's out of control.
Yeah, so you look around, and as Kapoha is continuing just like deadlifting everything in sight, the party goers are once again kind of giving her the side eye as she's stomping around the party, lifting tables above her head. She goes over to like where the spiked punch is, and starts to like lifts the entire table, the bowls sloshing back and forth. The pixie who's sitting on the throne as basically the king party goer immediately stands up. Hold up! Major party foul, man! You can't be messing with the punch, dude!
Oh dear.
Whose
Doc.
man's is this? I mean, woman's is this? Can you like get them under control? You're gonna totally messing with the vibes in here, man.
Oh,
Working on it. We kind of, need to put that down.
But it's so much fun!
Yeah, but you have to follow the others' rules. If you're gonna come to somebody else's party, you have to follow the rules that they state.
Well, can't I lift things and be part of the party?
Only if you ask and get permission.
What if you all help me make it, like, I don't know, show everybody how strong I am? Not
Doc
that
will-
bad.
I think
Come
they
on.
know how strong you are. You look very strong.
No, I'm the size
Hey.
of a halfling. I don't look strong. Halflings are
We
puny.
have
But we're all the size of fairies.
hey, Party King, you got any fucking weights around here?
The party king looks at you, and oh, he has a name. Yes. This party king is named
Shaggy.
No. He's King Erwin. He's King Ewren. So Ewren? King Ewren the Third.
Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron. Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron. I wouldn't know that though.
No.
Just be like, yo,
Actually,
we
wait,
got
no,
any
you
weights?
totally would, because there's a giant flashing neon sign on, like, above his throne that says King Erwan, King Erwin the Third, Party King.
Oh, I thought hardcore.
Yeah.
Can see neon signs and all.
Yep.
And
Yo,
it says,
my guy. You're the
yeah,
guy.
man, what's up?
You got any weights? You look like you lift.
Do I have
Got
any
any
weights?
grapes?
I mean, that looks around. I mean, God, there's barrels over there. Oh no, man, like,
My girl here wants to show off how buff she is for all the, well, I don't know, dudes, ladies. I don't know what she's into.
oh, yo, as long as it's not gonna mess with the vibes, I think that this could be cool. It might be entertaining as well. Maybe just try to organize it a little
yeah.
bit. Less chaotic, more like, you know, performative.
Yeah. I dig that. I dig that. Let's figure this out. Anybody want to compete so you can lift the most? Make a competition out of it?
Yeah, so you see, you look over this side. Oh yeah, one of the satyrs. This guy, satyr reveler. His token is kind of weird looking. If you kind of look closely, he's blowing a blowing a panpipe type of thing. Like hell yeah.
Looks like he's sucking some toes.
He does look like he's sucking toes. A couple
Absolutely
satyrs
is.
make their way over. One of the little like mice makes their way over. A very angry looking red cap makes his way over as well. Along with like a hobgoblin. I need a. Let's see, like everybody. Now the center of this dance thing, the music is still pumping and jumping, as pixies are flying around above. Drinks get distributed to everybody who is watching. You start to hear people placing bets and things like that. What's the plan to make this?
That's a great question. I am not an entertainer.
You started this.
Yeah, unfortunately, me and my character are not the same person, and sometimes I forget that.
What would Eli be doing in this situation? Off on the sides or what?
Yeah, he's feeling out of place, especially in a now clearly a youthful rave. So we're playing a bit of the wallflower until this point. Now he's thinking about what he can do. He'll rummage through his bag, and what do I got in there? No fireworks.
You hear you feel somebody bump
okay.
up next to you, and you look down and you see a smaller sized goblin, their body covered in vials and like doodads, and looks up at you and gives you a wink. You're like, hey, this is gonna be pretty good. Hey, you want a drink, bud? Hands you a glowing green vial.
You know, I brought my own, and I'm gonna pull out the bottle of whiskey I've been carrying with me since like day one.
Well, you also had liquor or null the stash.
I bought the whiskey when we were like before we got to the casino.
Noel has one of everything.
Oh yeah, from the and you got the whiskey. You went to that bar and you got the whiskey.
Yeah. Yes, I got my own. I'll do a little nod and clink his green glowing drink with just the bottle itself and take a swig.
Yourself. He takes a long swig of his green glowing drink.
Absolutely watching what happens.
Yeah. You watch as his throat. You can see the liquid in his mouth glowing, and then you can watch as you can follow the liquid glow down his throat and like be glowing underneath his leather armor in his stomach.
So I look down and was like, yeah, Not gonna lie, it looks like some strong stuff there, mister. What'd it do?
It's slightly irradiated.
I take a step back. I see. Well,
Good
enjoy
shit,
yours. I'll trust you on that. And then after taking another drink, put the whiskey back, and I will pull out the guitar, and I don't know. I'll do something with the guitar when it makes sense. Start playing like the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly theme or something.
Nice. Okay.
Or do I have to look it up. It's like the a flamenco like really high energy flourish, like as a what do you call it? Like a announce like a motif. Yeah, sorry, like a motif whenever our large lady starts to lift, it'll be her like theme. I'll just like do that.
Okay. Stock, how are you participating?
Well, being the local plasmoid, Stock is going to definitely take the glowing liquid and swirl around inside them.
Yeah, you go over to the go over and go over where Eli is, and you see the alchemist, who smiles at you and says,
I'd like to take a sample of you, but here, have one.
Oh, okay.
And
Stock will drop off like a puddle of himself on the ground.
Fair trade.
get a glowing vial of greenish liquid.
Pour it down the Mimir, head.
Oh god! The Mimir's eyes glow green for a brief moment.
I imagine
there's a
fuses out into the rest of Stock, I imagine.
yeah, and you basically now look like a glow stick at the the glowing core to you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
And then Stock will go over to our friend and our large lady friend and just remember, as strong as you might be, something you cannot lift, no matter what. That is yourself. And then Stock will want to participate in the lifting as well.
Okay, great. So, with everybody on the stage here, dancing around, or getting ready to lift, I need all four of you to give me a performance check.
Let's get it.
Oh boy.
With advantage.
Oh.
Luna turns into a monkey.
The blood monkey again.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
We are all
Dang.
minus on performance, by the way.
We
Holy crap.
are a charismatic group of individuals.
Somehow, with the liquid courage in one of you, and two of you with liquid courage, and just Null proposing this competition, things get going, and the lifting begins, and it's a more performative lifting session than it is a actual competition. I think Kapoha understands as the things start to go that she can outlift almost every single one of these. So she wins, but doesn't make it seem like she just is outright embarrassing. If that makes sense. So you see others going up against her, and it turns more into almost like a fun festive time, where you see the Pixie King. He is, they're already organizing drinking games around how much Kapoha can lift compared to the other one. Or every time she, does cries out in triumph after lifting something heavy, everybody around takes a big drink. It is not. It doesn't take too long, but the lifting competition finally winds down as the sweating and panting competitors all go back to their tables or their areas of areas within the party, each giving each other pats on the back, good work that they did. Meanwhile, Kapoha is just all smile. and sits down with a thud, their halfling-sized body, and what is now the gym floor. And that was great. I guess it is a little bit better to have things slightly organized and a little bit less chaotic. And, well, I went easy on them, but I think people still enjoyed it. That was awesome. A lot of fun.
Yeah, you did great.
Good job.
As the
Versus soundboard.
Yep.
Huzzah!
as the pixie party still rages on around you, there's basically kind of a moment of respite in the sound. Koha lays down on her back, stares up through the shrubbery above at the stars that are peeking through the canopy of the larger trees out there. See more lights flashing against the sides of the leaves. She lets it alongside. She says, I wouldn't be here if things weren't just so weird at home. I have a sister, Her name's Alethira, and she's amazing at everything. I respect her so much, but I've always feel like I have to prove to my parents that I'm just as worthy as Alethira.
Eli laughs a little bit. Yeah, I know how that one goes. Here, have a drink. I'll hand over the whiskey.
Takes a swig of it, coughs a little. That's strong. Mr. Eli, right? What do you?
Yep.
How do you think I can still be a good sister while still proving I'm as amazing as Alethira? I don't want to be a dick to her and make it be all about competition.
Then don't compete. Find another avenue. Something that she doesn't do. Something you enjoy. Now, it's the same thing. If you feel like you can't match up on something you do want to be good at, well, then instead of trying to compete, seek out, work together on that. Perhaps you have some insights, she does as well.
In
You can
collaboration,
make each other better. Yeah, it depends. You tell me, what sort of things is she so good at that you're trying to replicate?
Thinking good.
Oh, okay, that's a little tough to try to just. Well, what else?
He doesn't break things as often.
Isn't what is often, sorry?
She doesn't break things, and she can sing really well, and she's a really good dancer, and can make really interesting sculptures out of dumps. She does a lot of things really good, and
That sounds about 4 things, and in a world of infinite things to do. What do you like to do?
I like to party, and
All right.
I like to. I can dance pretty well, and I can lift things good.
Yeah. Well,
You
maybe
lift
lean in-
very well, and one of the things you did not list, but your sister does, was lifting.
That's true. She's strong though, but in different ways. I don't know. I get what you're saying though, Eli. I think we can. You know what? You're right. It doesn't need to be. You don't need to compete. It doesn't need to just be. I don't need to be just as amazing as her. I can just sing as myself.
That's the spirit. And things become a lot clearer when you stop trying to think through the lens of what you expect to be good at, or what you expect your family to want you to do. Once you realize you don't have to be within that narrow spectrum of activities or expertise, I think a whole world opens up. You can take some time to explore. I reckon you probably haven't put too much thought to that yet. Now's the time to consider. No need to rush it either. It took me forever to figure out what I was good at.
You're right. In the
And-
grand scheme of things, I'm like, still like, I'm still young. My parents they're like eons old. I don't even know. They'll look good, but you know, gods kind of are mortal.
Eli shrugs, huh? Perhaps.
Well,
But if this
then
is,
that just means you have all of time to figure it out.
More than most of us have.
right. I shouldn't be complaining about it then.
You can complain about it. It's very easy to feel off-put or out of, you know, that's what I'm looking for. Out of sorts, you know. That's normal. Just it's difficult to get out of being under that sort of thought process. So don't be so hard on yourself, but start looking elsewhere. Think about, you know, really think about what it is you want to do, what skills you got. It don't even matter if you go impress your family. You do something good enough, you'll impress whoever you need to. Doesn't matter what that thing is.
You know what? I think you're right. I think that there's a lot that I can.
Damn right, I am right. Usually am.
Well,
First time for everything.
thanks everybody. I definitely get that I was getting a little bit overzealous with just lifting everything. Competition and performance felt a lot better. You want to go one more place with me?
He like takes a track of the cigarette. Show. Already out here. Haven't seen a party like this in a couple decades. Not ready to unwind, but it's fun seeing you young folk do.
How old are you?
Old enough, son.
I thought you were like 15.
Is he your son?
Or
No.
cats we've heard that's old.
Yeah, I thought Cat's like died by like
He
20.
like puts his hand to his forehead, just starts rubbing his like the brim of his hat. Oh my god! You understand? I'm not a cat, right?
It's the boomer with the 3 millennial.
Wait. Let me see.
No cat straight bussin'?
Okay, absolutely I do.
Oh,
But I
God.
say no. I had no idea.
I just don't say anything. Take another deep drag of the
All
cigarette,
right.
throw the butt to the ground. Well, I'm old enough to understand that this party ain't my game, but I can enjoy others having a good time. I'll follow along. Let's keep it moving to the next one. I'll just make sure we stay safe. And I
That
got my bottle of
intelligence
trusty
roll
whiskey.
from Lunellis is 100% accurate. That is exactly what I expected.
Don't need this right now.
All right, so Boha stands up, stretches, music still bumping in here. Gives a bow to the king party. Basically flying in a lazy figure eight pattern, listlessly, like next to their throne. You can see they have they land, and you can now see they have 2 bottles of some sort of alcohol taped to their hand. Clink them together and give a big wide smile
Classic.
to the party. Party on, everybody! Keep it up. Thanks for visiting and not breaking too much stuff, man. Come back anytime. Poha exits out of the Goodberry Grove. Back in, and you all return to normal size. Kapoha hits her head on like the branch of a tree, thunk, as returns to the true Empyrean size, and continues through the woods around the town or the woods of Savania. You hear more quieter parties nearby, lighter music playing, and echoing through, or you hear a louder voice come through a tree as you start to get closer to what seems what looks to be you pass around some trees and you see a large clearing space with a bunch of gravestones and mausoleum. They're memorial-like objects. And you hear, good show, very, very good game. Who's next? And immediately bounds through the bushes and raises her hand. Ooh, me, we're next. We wanna play. What are we playing?
Oh boy.
You notice that there is a retinue of undead here, as one of the undead, a individual with a skeleton individual with massive amounts of tattoos across his face and a dour expression, turns and you hear the voice that was talking earlier and say, "We're playing bocce ball, but." Seeing as we forgot the bocce ball set, we are using my companion's skulls. And you look and you can notice that a large portion of the skeletons around watching are missing their heads.
Morbid.
I'll be damned. That's a first.
Scotchy ball.
We're on a bit of a winning streak, my compatriots. I welcome new competition. Who might you be? He reaches up to the Empyrean. Kapoha kneels down a little bit and says, "Name's Kapoha, and I am ready to beat your ass. In this game. In the game. This looks like fun. How do you play?"
Luna gives 2 thumbs up.
And your
Good job.
compatriots will be joining you as well. And Kapoha turns around and without even asking, he's like, "Yeah, they're my teammates."
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Uh,
Before we begin there, Mister, what are the stakes in this game? Just to be clear.
It's just a friendly. No stakes, really. We're just out here enjoying the evening. Been a while since I've come down to Sylvania, and it's nice. It's a change of pace. Oh, by the way, my name is Durgle.
Oh fuck.
Gurgle.
I thought that looked familiar. That's really funny.
Wait, what?
The icon.
Some may not know who Jurgle is.
Nope. Okay.
But
Eli does not. I do. I think it's hilarious though.
Jurgle introduces himself and he says, "Jurgle, a pleasure to meet all of you. I, former god of death, recently in my age span and perception of time, but for you all, you probably don't even know that I was ever god of death. I wasn't a god of death during any of your lifespan. Don't worry about it. Who's ready to play?"
Ominous. Let's do it.
Gods really are in a feisty mood around here. It's somewhat surreal.
It seems to be party central.
Is that off-brand Party City?
Guardians.
Where you go to get even cheaper birthday goods?
It literally just falls apart after.
Just take a quick look though. I get the sense that this is not some invasion party that's pretending to blend in Kronk style. This seems genuine.
Yeah, give me an insight check as you just look around.
5.
You do not get the sense that this is a invasion party, as the majority of all of the skeletons around here are either headless or just kind of lolling about, like leaning on gravestones. Some of them even have some drinks. How they are consuming them, I don't know.
Still a little wary of that, but all right, Koboha, I think you take the first.
Yep, I'm already on it. And she runs up to the end of the thing, and the game starts to ensue as as individuals start to play. You all very quickly notice that Kopoha is not good.
Oh no.
So, a couple rounds go, and you can see, here's the skulls for each of your party. Do any of you actually know how to play bocce ball?
Yeah, I just played it during. My parents played a bunch, but
You
literally
just
just
throw it as
played
hard
this.
as you can, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
Right.
pick one family member and everybody pelt them with heavy balls.
We just 2 weeks ago
Normally
we
they
had
are called bocce, but
our baby shower. All the men of the baby shower went and played bocce ball in the heat for an hour and a half. So
There's a lot of math to it. It's called a Fibonacci sequence.
All right, I'm gonna throw a heavy ball at you.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
But yeah, no, it's essentially just horseshoes.
You throw the polenta out, and then the closest ones.
So
you alternate based on what's closest.
Exactly. Yeah. Your goal
you have
is
to
to
you have to get someone pregnant to play bocce ball.
Polenta.
I know it's bad.
Isn't that
Like
what you
the
put in an olive?
Like the loaf,
It's like
right?
cornmeal.
Yeah.
All right, this is.
It's a yummy Italian dish.
It's a yummy Italian.
Actually, this is perfect because in character, Eli would be like trying to explain, like, "Oh yeah, I learned this in college. That's how you do this. You throw that. No, it's called the polenta. No, you do not try to hit the ball with it. You try to get as close. No,
Yeah.
you do not throw it over the side." And like,
As
you
you're
just
all
kind of like
explaining
that.
it, the other competitors,
Whole points.
all come by. You got your goal. You got this like dude, this like crazy dude in a fucking pimped out skull helmet. And then you got
dragon
the
armor.
giant, and you got the Minotaur skeleton, and then you got this other edgelord dude chilling over here. Yeah, Jurgle throws out the first ball / skull. He gets it fairly close to the main to the polenta bowl, and immediately Kapoha is like, "My turn," and she just fucking throws the absolute shit out of the thing. The skull flies across the court, hops over the edge of it, actually probably breaks through the edge of the court on the far side, like shattering the rock, and the skull itself breaks and shatters, running into fragments and disappearing into the foliage beyond. And she looks to Jurgle with a kind of a look of embarrassment and looks back to you guys. Just, sorry, the skulls are lighter than I expected. I don't know.
Well,
Here,
let's go.
like this, and I'll pick up one and try and get it close.
Okay.
Remember how hard he threw that, and try to calibrate it next time. Watching him.
Yeah. So actually, that's as it goes on, you can definitely tell that Kapoha is getting frustrated. She is trying her hardest. She watches you, Null, as you try to show her that, and she's overzealous again, and or underzealous, where she's like she threw it too hard the first time. The next time it's her turn, she like tries to put as little as she's like, I guess I just can't throw it as hard, and she just goes like, eh, and just like pitifully like rolls into the dirt like right there, and she just I'm either too strong or I'm too weak. This sucks.
What's actually great about this. This is
Underhand.
exactly how everyone's first time playing bocce ball is. 100%. This is the experience.
So Null, you're trying to show her how to do it, and that definitely helps very well. Like Null, you do an amazing throw. What does that look like?
I mean, it's very uneventful. It's just an underhand throw. I toss it, it bounces twice and rolls and touches the pimento.
Yeah, the potato. The potato. It hits the potato perfectly. And you get a golf clap from all the skeletons around. It's just
Well,
you get a very weird sounding golf clap ovation as it's just the sound of like clacking. They're just like. I guess it would just sound like a rattle. Like a general, you get a rattle of approval. Yeah, a rattle of approval at your very, very good shot.
I just imagine the skull I threw, just like, holy shit.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, fuck. Jurgle, looks over to you and gives you a the kind of like nod. Yeah, like nice job.
Do I get the Wii Sports nice cock?
Nice cock. Nice throw. Jurgle. Yeah, so Jurgle, then his turn does fairly well with another. How else would everybody, I guess, Eli, what would your take be for Kopoha to, Null's kind of trying to give instruction. Would you give instruction, or would you try a different approach?
No, I know exactly. I'll walk up before it's I have an idea here. Let me take a look, and I will get low like a golfer's looking at the green. Yeah. All right. So it's mostly flat, but there's a little bit of a soft sand spot over there. If you try to just throw through, maybe a little harder than you did last time, and try to imagine that you're aiming to the left of the ball, not trying to hit it exactly. You should be able to land it right there. And I'm going to tap her, probably her knee, with how tall she is, and I'll give her guidance.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Gotta have that. Yeah. So this is really this is the very technical. Okay, here's what you could probably try.
As an artificer, what is guidance like?
It's literally like giving not schematics, but numerical description. It's about 22 meters to that point here. It's soft sand. You can assume the friction will be a bit higher, so you just throw calibrate about 10% harder throw than your last one, like that kind of thing. Very, very in the weeds.
Yeah,
and however much that translates is how much she gets from guidance.
Okay. Luna, what would your approach be to helping out Kopoha in this case?
Alright, so her last throw was too soft.
Yep.
Luna would put up 2 thumbs and goes, throw harder.
I love this.
There's the guidance, and then there's the cliff notes.
Be like a League of Legends ranked player and throw harder.
Give me, just because of that, give me an athletics check, Luna, at disadvantage, please.
Oh no. Athletics. Oh, it's only a.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So.
Hey, that's the same as my charisma.
Nice. The Kopoha kind of looks at you and just cocks an eyebrow, yeah, I'll try. I'm gonna probably take the advice from Eli and Null. Doc, what is your wise way or however you want to do it to guide Kopoha in this case? There could be multiple approaches to it. You could improve her game or maybe improve her mood a different way.
Stock will take, the Mimir skull inside themselves and just Kopoha, there is a way to do this well. You must be the ball. And Stock will then meld down into, the Mimir will kind of pop out of Stock, and Stock will slurp down into a little tiny Mimir size ball shape and be the ball. Be the ball. And then, once you are the ball, you can understand the ball. Come with us. Come down here with us. Be the ball.
Kapoha squats down.
Yes.
Squats down,
Yes.
gets low, hugs her knees, and is looking like eye to eye with the little mosaic mimir that's popped out. Can I use that?
Now. Sorry?
Can I use that? She points at the mosaic mimir.
Yes.
The golden
No.
snitch of bocce ball. Yeah.
What? She won't break it.
Have you
is-
seen how strong she is?
Yes. She's very strong. But do you know how much pressure I have witnessed on this Mimir? The internal pressure of a plasmoid is very high to maintain ourselves.
She looks to you all. She says, "Trust me. I'm with Mr. Eli's guidance and watching Null. I promise I won't break it. Do you guys trust me?
Can I
We do.
cast, Can I cast this on the skull?
Yeah, sure.
This injury. Nice.
Or,
You know what?
Or bless the dead.
Either or.
That's fun. I guess what would you could do either one of those, but what would it look like? Is it just like a spell, or how is it you're doing? I don't know. What are you doing to the mosaic mimir?
I would say, Luna would probably put some kind of like barrier around the mimir, like the same kind of material, quote unquote, as her druid forms.
Got it. Okay. Well, Kapoha reaches out and takes the mimir in. Doc, I need you to get.
Okay.
I want you to give me a.
Music is highly fitting for your thinking on this.
Actually, okay, this is gonna sound weird. I need you to give me an insight check at advantage.
Okay, we're good at those.
Woo! Yeah, this is more just the kind of like you did that. There was a very interesting introspection, like meld the mind, be the ball, just like it's study of oneself. Kapoha reaches out, takes the mosaic mimir in her hand. This is the last. It's the last roll of this round. Steps up to the line, takes a deep breath, says, "Soft spot to the left. Don't throw it straight. It'll curve around. Use underhand. Make sure that it doesn't go too far. Be the ball. Don't break the ball." Okay. And she lets out a deep breath and throws the ball. Throws the mosaic mimir as the multifaceted, multicolored skull leaves her hand in an underhand toss. It hits the area that Eli was telling her to throw it to. It roll, hop, skip, jump. You watch as the mosaic mimir's eyes light up as it tumbles across the dirt. Its jaw opens up. It hops over one of the other skulls that's in the way, and makes another move. Makes another like nosedive towards another one of the skulls there. Somehow you hear like a calculating, and it like changes one of the little pieces of like jade or pieces of like colored glass opens up for a brief moment, and there's like a hiss of air as it moves to the side and avoids the other skull. And watches it takes one final bounce and turns through the air and plops down literally on top of the polenta.
Amazing.
By the way, I was wrong. It's Polina, not polenta. I knew it sounded wrong. It's like
So there is a
Photo.
a cheer from a cheer rises up from all of the skeletons and even from Jurgle standing next to y'all. Good show, such a good throw, amazing. I've never seen anything like that. And you can see Kapoha is exceedingly pleased as he lets out a smile. She thinks about starting to you can see she really wants to rub it in and be like, yeah, and she looks to you all and she says, and you can hear her under her breath, she says, gracious winner, and she gives a curt bow of the head and walks over to Yurgle and reaches out a hand. Good game. Yurgle smiles a skeletal grin up back at her and says, indeed, very good game. I will need a rematch some point in the future. If you all don't mind, though, we are all feeling a bit parched after multiple games out here. Would you like to join us at the afterlife for drinks? On me.
Is that
We love beverages. We love
that
fluids.
within the party grounds, or is that somewhere more esoterically located?
Oh, no. The afterlife is the club beneath the Yearning Timbers.
Oh, we saw that, didn't
Yeah,
we?
you saw a sign for that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, that sounds right. Sure.
All right. Let's convene for post bocce ball drinks. Oh,
As is tradition.
Get some bocce beers.
bocce. That's funny.
I can't drink.
Bocce beer nuts.
And the bocce ball party, the bocce ball tournament, meanders its way towards the Yearning Timbers, where you find the side entrance. Leads everybody downstairs, comes through the doors of the dimly lit with glowing red lamps that are wrapped around or draped that are dangling down from above. You can see there's a lot of other kind of undead and of that type of compatriots here in the bar. And Yurgle, as he steps through the door, everybody of course goes silent. Looks around. What? You haven't seen a former god of death before? Continue. And then the music continues. It's lo-fi jazz music, your typical kind of dark bar music. And he bar to order. We'll take a quick break here as
Hey, well timed.
Afterlife. You gotta go take Momo out?
Yeah.
Yes, before the alchemy causes stress.
Alright, we'll be right back. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I covered the Star Wars Monopoly. Father.
oh, picture of Chibi that DM just linked.
Alley Christmas. Scratching bad
We have things from all seasons around our house. We're like season blind apparently. We have like Halloween and Christmas stuff up still in
Yeah,
different
I
places.
mean, we have Halloween script.
Yeah.
I've got to say, you would absolutely destroy my autistic brain if I had to live nearby enough to see that consistently.
Well,
See what?
the
The holiday stuff. That's like having holiday stuff up when it's not supposed to be just like is a pet peeve of mine, and I know it's stupid of me, but it's one of those things where I see it and I just have a visceral reaction.
Well, how
We
long
still
of a
have our-
grace period do you offer? I'm not talking like Christmas in July, but like if it's still up on February 1st, is that too late? Are you talking like MLK?
So Christmas stuff can't go up before. It has to go up after Thanksgiving, and it has to be down January 1st.
January
Wow.
1st. See, I don't agree
Nah,
with that.
that's a-
necessarily, 'cause
that's-
there are
that's
like
a
there's
little
the
strict.
Orthodox Christmas is usually after January 1st. So if they observe
It's
that,
like the 5th or 6th, yeah.
yeah, they can have it up.
Okay. In my
Oh,
home.
Not to make you apoplectic or anything, but we still have our Christmas lights up around our house. We just don't turn them on the outside along the gutter.
That's
That doesn't bother me as much. My parents actually just had like permanent Christmas lights installed.
I just really did not want to go up and take them down again this year. So it's like, what's the?
alrighty.
But we
Well,
did get rid of our tree at a reasonable time. We didn't keep it till February this
yeah,
year.
you don't just let it turn.
This year.
Turn into a yeah. This is I want to rave at this place. This looks like played too much Elden Ring, but this is definitely
A rot.
the depths. Yeah,
Aeonia. Club Caled.
Club Caled, nice.
All right, so
Would go.
dark. It's basically what's like dark synth like playing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Actually, I have basically Loop Hero.
There's so many YouTube playlists. Like, come on.
I get them on my feed all the time. Yeah. Oh
Oh wait,
Yeah,
there's
that's
one called
fitting.
The Grateful Afterlife. That's
you did
Alright.
say it was kind of like lo-fi jazz stuff going
Yeah,
on.
it is.
So
So, as you find, Kapoha ducks her head through down underneath the doorway and make your way here as Urgel and some of his skeleton companions bring you over some drinks. They're all various, in kind of chintzy souvenir style cups of that. At least you think they're souvenir style cups of like skulls. Drinks. Urgel comes over and says, "I just got you the house special. It's nothing too crazy. Some sort of sangria." Everybody gets rounds of sangria. No, it's the like sanguine color of the drink really complement your vibe, more or less.
I'm just holding it for aesthetics.
Yeah, you're like look around and you can see there's like a table with a table with like a vampire and their vampire spawn, and the vampire is asking the vampire spawn to take a picture of them with the skull for like D&D Instagram type shit, whatever it would be. It's like
Insta-damned.
yeah. You can definitely tell. You can totally tell that this is that this is a very much like a cool bar to go to, like one of those like underground LA bars that everybody talks about and wants.
Mm-hmm.
The drinks are good though. The sangria is not too strong. It's not sweet. And Kapoha takes the little tiny skull mug in her giant hand and looks hilariously downs it just shot. Just like just tosses it back. Yeah, she looks over her shoulder to Yurgle. Can I have like 10 more of those things? I'm a big girl. I need more drink. Yurgle lets out a laugh. Of course. Put it on my tab. To the like gnarly looking skeletal guy behind the bar, who just lets out like a pours a bunch more of these things. A platter comes over to Kapoha, who downs 3 of them right away. Lets out a laugh. Puts her arm. She's in the corner of this, so like she takes up the entire 4 seats of the
couch is bending into the corner there.
Yeah. So she you can imagine she's just leaning into the corner of this L couch with her arms almost stretching out like along the backs of each of them, totally just lounging out. Her feet are like on the couch next to you, and he looks at you all. Gotta thank you all for just partying with me. I'm really glad that you came and found me at Burnington. We're back where we started, man, and I could still be up there harassing that poor bouncer, trying to get into some party that was probably totally lame and not as cool as all the things. I mean, danced, we did weights and heavy objects, which is my favorite thing, and we also played a weird sport game that I learned that I could be good at while starting to be bad at it, but then became good at it. It's been great.
That's the thing about getting good at things, is you start out bad.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. And, maybe this whole god thing isn't going to be that bad. Not all gods start off being great. And Yurgle comes over, leans over the edge of the couch. He's just like, let me tell you about a god. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. No?
I will speak. I was like, well, at least if that's the case, you can retire. This guy.
Yurgle kind of looks over. He looks over in your direction. He's just like, yes, retirement, of course. Slightly different circumstances, but I won't explain the details. Don't worry. We'll get the hang of it. It's a learning experience, and trust me, mortals are mighty forgiving when it comes to gods and their action. Sometimes a god's mistake is seen as a sign for something, and you just play it off that way. Sometimes you fuck up, and that's okay. It doesn't really matter. You'll get the hang of it. Don't worry. Downs another couple drinks. Gives a nod of thanks to Yurgle. He looks back to you all. You know what? Maybe being a god won't be such a bad thing, but I don't even really know myself yet. What if when I become a god, I become a god of something that sucks? What if I become a god of the ocean or the sea? I absolutely hate seafood. It's the worst. What if I become the god of something really embarrassing? I don't know, the god of farts?
If you became the god of farts, you'd be bringing a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Boy?
People love farts.
Mortals
It is said that it is the highest form of humor among humanoids.
Even I can't help but crack a smile when I hear a funny one.
Round and just lifts, does the cheek lift.
I was honestly expecting you to just hit us with the fart reverb.
Oh, missed opportunity. But she
I like this.
she looks expectantly, like, she finishes, she just, like, lets that rip and just, like, looks expectantly at the party.
Eli's covering his face with one of his hands in the drink and trying not to laugh too hard.
Was it funny?
Yeah. But I'm gonna scoot, if you don't mind, I'm gonna scoot this way just for a little bit.
What do you all think I could be the god of, though?
Lifting things.
Well, you
Party
said
lit.
you haven't really discovered yourself yet. Why don't you spend some time on that?
Like
Sounds like
lifting
you're
shit.
becoming a god tomorrow.
You got all eternity, more or less.
No, but there's always just that pressure. Like, eternity is
Yeah.
sooner than you think, you know, for somebody like me. You like? I
And
do
when,
like
when you
dancing.
become a god of something, are you locked into it? You can't shift. You can't pivot.
You can't. It's tough. It's tough, Mr. Stock. You see, like, once you get assigned the role, once you graduate to become a true deity, it's godhood. The whole bureaucracy of it is a little bit challenging if you want to change station, you know? I had a friend who became the god of donkeys, and we weren't really into it, and it took a long time. They had to find a replacement for the god who wanted to become the god of donkeys, and he had to petition to take on a new role. It was just a whole pain in the ass, so no pun intended, or sort of pun intended.
Yeah. Bureaucracy is not fun. I got killed by
Unacceptable.
bureaucracy.
Got killed
Not
by
like-
bureaucracy?
Not like me, but like me.
Oh.
It's a long story, but I gotta just interject just a little bit there. It sounds like what you're saying is our entire concept of divinity and those things that are worshipped by the mortal races is nothing more than an assignment of task or responsibility by some sort of metaphysical department of assignment. This would disrupt a lot of mortal conflict if they knew that.
I think
Not
you're
really my place to judge, but that is something I find a little bit.
What about the god of parties?
What if parties? You know what? That would be fun. I can party pretty hard, as you've seen tonight.
Hardy, pretty hardy.
I would.
And no, there's also something to that, the fact that a party can take many forms. You're not really locked into any kind of one narrow interpretation. You could find all sorts of ways of expressing that.
Yeah, like god of, maybe it's just the god of, you know, like a god of jubilation, god of, like, just good times. Like that. Sometimes I get a little bit overzealous and, you know, kind of get in over my head, but it's all good. It's all good intentions. I never mean to hurt people. It's just, I do want to have a good time. And maybe that is the line that people tread when they'd be, you know, looking to worship a god of good times, man.
You could be the vibe god.
I literally
God of
was
good
gonna say the
vibes.
god of good vibes. Oh.
Well, if that doesn't exist in that checklist of yours, might as well add it. See if you can't
Quickly,
get that.
Her eyes, you watch as her eyes like kind of glaze over for a second as she stares off into like over your head into the distance, and I just checked. No, there's no god of good vibes.
Well, I gotta lean back, tip the hat for it a bit. The universe could definitely use one of those. So I think you're onto something here. That's a good suggestion there. Looking over to Lunella?
Lunellis.
Lunis. Yeah.
Taking the compliment, she beams.
The night down here wears on as you all. Can you? I mean, Poha is absolutely continuing to drink, and she shows no sign of having any issue, holding herself together as she downs more. Is anybody else partaking in this?
Aquawood, but it, adding liquid to a liquid.
Oh, do you change color as you get more and more sangria?
I don't know. I mean, there was the glowy at the party place.
Oh, you got the radioactive drink. That's right.
Yeah, so that was just kind of floating around. I don't know if it'll mix.
So why don't we do a couple rolls here, Stock, as you are. Give me 2 Constitution checks at advantage, because the Sylvania arts advantage on hangovers.
Okay. I also have resistance to poison.
Yeah. Damn, dude,
All right,
you are
yeah.
perfect for this place,
A frat boy's dream beer chug partner.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were born
Holy
for this.
shit. Okay. So yeah, Stock is literally just a tank, and if anybody is not finishing their sangria, I'm sure Stock just extends a little appendage and straws up the rest of it. Hell,
Eli will
you're
have
probably
a little-
strawing up any of, like, you see a patron like get up and leave their table, and they left the drink at the table, and like we just see a little fucking Stock liquid ooze thing snake along the ground, move up onto the table, and just slurp up some of that.
And then they
yeah,
come back from the
probably also-
bathroom and they're just like, what the fuck?
Even weirder than that, it'd just be kind of like a little appendage goes in. It doesn't even like slurp it up so much. It just creates like a little membrane around it and kind of pulls it out like it's a solid sack of liquid.
Oh, weird.
That's delightfully unsettling. I like
Yeah.
it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So you're just watching as it's look like the droplet at the end of like a fish, like an anglerfish's like lantern at the front, just like of the drinks exiting mug.
Basically.
Eli, are you having?
Oh, just a few sips just to relax a bit, but then staying aware enough to keep eye on things. He's still not quite sure if we're safe here.
What is Null
You
doing?
guys have no idea how, but Null is somehow drunk.
Yeah. What is Null's very because I mean this is not like it's obviously a critical success with 3 in a row of what does Null do to look drunk?
Stumbling, slurring words, like talking nonsense, just in general being very convincing about it somehow. And everybody knows that Null can't fucking talk worth shit. Which just adds to the whole, how is he drunk?
After a bit.
God.
Oh no, you finish your thought first.
It would be one thing if, like, he was good at deceit and it was like, okay, he's just fucking around, but it's like, no, Null does not say things and act in a way that is convincing. So
Yeah, I think after like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes of this, Eli was just like very, raised eyebrow watching your behavior. No, you want me to take a look at any of your circuits? You might have something loose.
nah, I'm good.
All right, if you change your mind, I open up like the side of my coat just to show like my tinkering tools in there, like it's trying to sell some like drugs. It's like I got plenty of things we can try.
I'll pass.
All right, suit yourself. And then at this point, Eli would look over at Lunel's. Are you sure you're old enough to drink?
Notably, she has not taken a single drink.
Okay.
But she is keeping it away from Stock. She needs it for her look.
Rude.
I'll hold mine, my partially drank one up to Stock so you can finish it.
Night wears on as we'll finish. Lets out a heavy sigh and says, I really need to thank all of you. I wouldn't have had a chance to have such a good time tonight. Really think about what I need to do. Expectations of my parents, the way that I treat my sister, my relationship, and what kind of god do I want to be? I need to go talk to talk about what's on. I thank all of you. You all helped out so much, and here. And she puts what looks to be like a necklace on the table. And on it, the gem or like the it's a golden locket / pendant on the bottom. That's what, and the pendant looks like Roha's face. This will help you all if you get bonked real bad. Well, it'll help you stay alive.
Eli just goes, oh, thank you. It's very kind.
She gets up and she walks towards the exit of the bar and looks over her shoulder one final time, gives you all a wave, and ascends the staircase out into. As she leaves, Ellis, you feel a tap on after she, and the orange-eyed satyr standing at the side of the couch next.
Hello. You just missed our companion.
The knight looks at the party and says, don't worry. We felt her departure, and we thank you wholeheartedly for handling that situation with grace and with tact. It seems that she is in a much better mood than when she arrived, and like she's taking a little bit of a change of heart. You don't have to explain what went down between you and her, but a promise is a promise, and if you all are ready, I shall take you to the gate.
Well, that's what we are here for, after all. I think it's about time. I'll stand up, the old man get off the couch. As I get up, though, I will pick up the locket off the table, and as I walk past, get up to walk towards Denot. What's his name again? The satyr. Denai. I'm walk past. I will kind of deftly just try to clip the necklace around Lunel's neck, and just kind of lean over and say, "We really don't want the other one of you back, so please wear this." And then we'll act like he did nothing, and just walk it. And then we'll walk out with the satyr as if he did nothing. And granted, obviously, if you want to take a look at what this thing does and trade it around, feel free to. But I really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
In character.
This is valid concern.
I was thinking the same thing, but Null also doesn't care as much about, isn't as against Zarali.
It's a combination of that paternal protective instinct and please keep that woman away from me. So
For the love of God, don't die for my sake.
Zerali is the one that blows people up, and then Glow is the one that would come back and like immediately just run to go and pick up and give Eli uppies.
Yeah.
While instigating the next round of combat with people who didn't want to fight.
Yeah. They just
I just realized if Glow is, oh god, when we ever get the permutation where Glow and one of the other forms of Eli are there, it could immediately turn into a party conflict. It'll be hilarious, like straight up starting a fight.
And then
So-
suddenly Zerali is there because Glow is not anymore.
Yeah.
So the party, the group follows Deny out of the afterlife and around Sylvan. Again, making your way past small groups of party goers, festivities. It definitely seems like it's just always like an eternal twilight here in Sylvania, even though you know that time is wonky, etc. But a party without cool lights and effects is that sort of party. So you're just always kind of stay in that twilight nighttime role. Deny, stops by, gives a little bit of acknowledgement to some of the party goers as he passes little groups. People are always kind of dancing around, partying back and forth, and you meander and make your way out to the outskirts of the forest around Sylvania. Elf grove of trees with a well, and Deny hurt bow and says, as promised, this is the current location of the gate to Arborea.
This well right here.
Correct.
Before we approached, Luna would ask him, not like hiding it, but talking quietly. I have an odd question. Is there a graveyard near here?
Yes, there is one. I think that Yurgol and his patriots were playing Skullbocce at it.
Oh yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. Mr. Eli, I'll be right back, and then Luna would leave.
I can't let. Okay, you guys wait here. I'm gonna tail here and make sure you stay safe. And I'll follow behind, not to catch up to you, but literally doing the just watching from a distance and staying behind, making sure you don't get into trouble.
I want to hear what Stock leaves the skull with.
Oh no, Stock's not gonna follow.
No. Leaves the information. What Stock says to the skull.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, as Deny. Oh, so sorry, Lunellis. Would you want to be back to the portal, or?
No. Go ahead.
So Stock and Null, you approach you're standing by the portal. The mosaic mimir Stock's head blinks and chimes as it's portal to Arborea detected. Information. Please dictate. So, Stock. Or Anya.
Doc would relate how Sylvania is a place to party. If you want to party, go to Sylvania. If you're in Sylvania, you're probably partying. There are many Fae, but there are no gateways for the Fae, unlike some other places that we've heard of.
I hate all of you.
Beautiful.
And it is a 5 out of 5 star experience if you are looking for a party. And also, like and subscribe to what's her name's divinity?
Oh, to Kapoha's
Oh,
divinity.
Yeah.
yeah. party or the god.
The divine offering bell.
The party, the vibe god.
But in the literal sense, not an angsty online like gamer handle sense.
They're not prayer offerings, they're vibe checks.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're might be on to something here.
We have now, as a party, created a new god, Oha, the vibe god. With that information dictated, the mosaic mimir links again and chimes. Gate information accepted. Remaining gate info needed. Please find gate info. Back into Stock's body. The Vader, I just kind of curiously looking at the mimir. It says, so a fact-finding you are on. Makes sense. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time here in Sylvania. Welcome back to party with us whenever you always will be honored guests. We thank you, all of us. Bows. Your castle is just on the other side of this grove. Take care. Bounds off. Back towards. Eli and Lunellis, you are trailed closely by Eli as you return to the graveyard where the bocce ball, the bocce festivities were occurring. It is now unoccupied. You can see there's like one or two festivity voyeurs off to the side, kind of like in the periphery, but the main portion of the graveyard is unoccupied at this point.
Okay. She would find one of like the older looking headstones and go over and kneel on the ground and kind of just sit there for a few minutes.
By you, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in the edge of the trees, just being that kind of edgy guy.
No, you're being a creeper. You're being a creeper.
Yeah, being kind of the creeper at this point, but hats down, collars up, just watching with a cigarette glowing in the darkness.
Okay.
After a few minutes, she would just get back up and head out of the graveyard.
All right. So the party, after that, would you just want to return back to Castle Yakaru?
I think so, right?
Probably, yeah.
I assume so, yeah.
I mean, Eli was starting to be saying that.
Yeah, leaving the party behind, knowing that you can come back here and rage anytime you want. The party returns to Castle Yakaru, which is plonked down outside of the group. You see your pilot, the lovely Gitzerai. Always forgetting their name, and I wrote it down somewhere again, and I always forget it. Dang. Oh well, who cares? It's your trusty pilot. As you arrive back within and climb up to the destination, where arriving area, destination picker, look to you all and say, your task is complete. Looks like you did a good job there. Where are we going to next?
What was next on our list?
So
what were the places?
First, Excelsior, Faunal, Glorium, and Rigus.
Well, we know the distances don't really make sense here, so we don't want to use a map for reference, but I would posit we should probably get one of those more nasty sounding ones out of the way.
Your
One of the lower planes, one of those ones.
I could get cursed.
Zathier looks to you all and says, "So, cursed or Rigus?" Asked you. Cursed is the gate town for the plain of Arceri, and Rigus is the gate town for Archerum.
Is that where archers come from?
No. Not as
Well,
much.
I would put my vote in for cursed. A little something about carcerity. The sooner we get that one done, the better.
Works for me.
That sounds acceptable.
The cursed
You
we
like
go
you.
then. And Fear puts their towards the gate town of Cursed. Looks town of Colosseum. And the Castle Yukaru rises up. Your incubus chef brings over some nice paninis that they made. And
With pimento?
yes.
The loaf?
Oh, I fucking hate olives.
And
Ugh.
the succubus is like, you pick them out, it's fine.
No, the juices get into all the bread. It doesn't taste the same.
Fine, then don't eat my food.
I won't.
And the castle rises up on its legs and stomps off over the outland. And you all level up again.
Oh shit! All right,
Let's
go. Making some progress on this.
Count
What
down.
level are we? We'll be level 7 now. Oh, I think that's some good stuff. I'll have to spend some time looking at that. There was 0 combat and no one died.
Correct.
Well, yeah, Zerali's not here, so.
Well, I mean, that's actually an interesting question. Do you think Raleigh would have paused combat with...
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
By any means
Not because she
necessary.
intentionally wanted to fight, but because she can't keep her mouth shut.
Huh.
I guess it depends on how forgiving.
She would have
and/or-
not been very nice to Kapo.
Oh, so
Oh,
we
to
would probably fought
Kapoha.
Kapoho then.
Yeah.
That would've been
What an
interesting.
interesting thought. There's like an alternative, literally, because it's like we got the glitches and alternative timelines or alternative versions of it. In another version of this with Zerali and maybe others present, Kapoha would not have become the god of good vibes, but vibe god, but would have become god of bad omen.
Something evil. Yeah.
God of
Uh,
L's.
God of
Glow-
elves.
Glow would have insisted they cause damage and cause probably more damage.
Oh, like God, like I get what you mean, like encourage Kapoha to.
Yeah, be awesome and wild. Yeah.
So, it's funny. There are 3 outcomes. For. So,
Convenient that we all have 3 glitches. I wonder if there's some
Weird.
psychological alignment to that.
So it's basically, yeah, and you know what? Like, 2 of them, I think. So one of them obviously is what you achieve. Chance to think of sharing the information and actually more about themselves. The other one is called Missing Titan, which is if the Titan goes, if Kapoha goes missing while celebrating with the characters. So I guess that could be if the there was an option where there's an area that didn't go to but like Stonehenge looking place where there's always on this one stone there that like everybody, it's always empty. Like you're like, why are there no party of people like food? Well, it's because whoever eats the food gets like teleported to.
Oh shit.
No.
So she would have eaten the food and just gone poof.
Yeah, or if you had let her, she would totally have eaten the food and just disappeared, which solves the problem, right? Of like getting rid of your the noisy titan, but not in a way probably Deny and the other like party going entities there or like deities there would have liked. And the last one is the Titan's Rage. If the characters mock Kapoha's feeling, encourage self-indulgent behavior, the rampage that Spiritor Deny feared comes to pass. Kapoha's trail of description eventually out of town. He is not seen in Pontiac.
Oh.
Yeah,
Very
literally
hardcore.
any of my other characters would have cost that.
Which
I can guarantee it.
Which still ends up in a success in terms of the like the outcome where Denies like, I guess you got rid of my problem, but
By technicality, yeah.
So I'll lead you to the gate. Which is another interesting thing too, where it's like, okay, if that had happened, what would Stock's assessment of Livonia be, right?
Yeah.
That'll change.
I don't know. That's too hard to say.
But yeah, that's the session. Level up all your characters until we next time.
I definitely gonna find a in character and creative way to die here soon.
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna have options.
Yeah, this was clearly a very safe environment in the way we're approaching this, and that was not going to be a risk. And I'm also very glad out of my 3 characters, Eli was the one out for this. Well, 2 of them would have been fine. One other would have been the yin to the yang. Well, no, not yin yang. It would have been just the absolute companion to
Bruh.
the chaos. I would have been.
Oh, so here's
We
a,
can
we'll
reroll
do a
ones,
we'll do a
right?
denouement. We'll do a denouement epilogue preview of the next session. So as you're all eating your panini in the castle, you are on your way to your next destination. There is a sudden boom, and the castle sags, as if something very heavy just landed on top of it.
Oh shit!
And as one of you looks out of the window above, you see coiled atop the walking castle a mighty pearl-colored dragon, like its brilliant eye fixes upon you. In a warm, slow voice that sounds as though it was far, far away, it said, "My old how good it is."
Oh boy. Is that what was that directed at?
We are nymph friend or not?
Oh shit!
Bruh.
Oh,
You said it was a pearl dragon?
a pearl-colored dragon.
So there's a spell in this, which I definitely read completely wrong. I'm curious if you guys can tell how I read that.
Read what?
I just
Conjure manlet.
Oh.
Conjure the manlet.
Conjure manlet.
All right. Stream is ending.